wacky backy, pot, marijuana, weed, gear. What else have we got? Hash, cannabis. You know the vibe. And the question is it cool to smoke that stuff? No, it's not cool. Now, for some reason, I don't know if it's because of the way I talk or the demeanour or what, but a lot of people assume that I'm kind of into that somehow and I'm okay with it. The truth is, and I say this on everything that's sacred, I've never even touched it. However, I have been up close and personal with people who are really, really into this stuff. I've got about 30 years experience. And in fact, I remember somebody once said, you know what? If somebody came into my own bedroom, you could probably scrape the wallpaper off and smoke it and get high, you know? I have been around that stuff, okay? And I have observed that there are short-term and long-term negative effects when you smoke the wacky backy. The short-term effects are that it makes you demotivated, your productivity goes through the floor, and you generally just don't get much done. You become kind of lethargic, right? And you can see this, you know, like, I probably shouldn't say this, right? But if you look at somebody like The Amazing Atheist, right? Cracking YouTuber, and I am a fan. And look at the Cinema for Skeptics guy, right? And look at how his demeanour, check out some old videos and then some new, and look at how his demeanour has changed. And he's became more and more lethargic, okay? And kind of that, you know, can't be bothered vibe. That is a serious hash smoker right there. That's textbook, okay? And that's the short-term effect. By the way, I know a developer who is brilliant. I mean, technically brilliant. He is awesome, very super intelligent, works all day and all night. However, he is a prolific smoker of, what are we going to call it today? Dope? Well, I think dope's a good word, because that's what it turns you into, a dope. And he is brilliant. He can sit up all night and all of that. But you know what? He never finishes anything. And as a matter of fact, lately, he has gone back and started working on contact us forms. After 10 years of being a developer, he's now figured out that there's a better way to do contact us forms. What a waste of time. This is the kind of stuff that, you know, we've kind of figured out and we've moved on from. But this is the point, right? This is the effect it has. It makes you just focus on irrelevant details. You, like I say, productivity through the floor. You become kind of cynical. It's just not cool at all, okay? You don't need that. We don't need that vibe, right? That's the short-term effect. Now, in the long term, I have observed, and this is based on the most part of 30 years, and I'm not talking about, oh, Charlie, I see him every 4. I'm talking about, like, daily exposure to people who are into this. And I have observed that with long-term usage, people who smoke marijuana, dope, pot, whatever we're calling it, they become extremely paranoid. Now, that sounds kind of cool. Xena's song, I think, I'm paranoid. Yeah, who cares? There's nothing cool about it. I remember going into a meeting with a dude who, uni graduate, perfectly intelligent and everything, but a prolific smoker of the stuff. He'd been at it for maybe about 10 years. And as we were crossing the road, he just freaked. Just went totally berserk. Start shouting and bawling, what are you doing? Like, I can't even remember what it was about, but it was total paranoia, totally destructive. And I've seen this happening actually quite a few times. So that is why we are saying no to that stuff. At least I am. Don't go near it. I'll tell you a funny story. I have an eye condition, which isn't too bad lately, actually. But it's called blepharitis, and it makes your eyes go all red. I used to have to get ointment for it. And it basically makes your eyes look like, well, pretty bad. Here's an old YouTube video, and I'm wearing shades covering it up, but I take them off and you see it, right? So that, right, do you see the way my eyes look there? Pretty bad, right? Okay, that's what blepharitis does, right? It's just a condition, right? And I remember I had a contract gig in Motorola. I'm certainly dishing out the clients' names here. Yeah, I was working in the Motorola factory in East Kilbride, doing some work on a system over there. And I remember one of the guys in there there was 3 of us who had been hired to do this thing. And one of the guys was really jealous of me because I am brilliant and he is not. I got a tap on the shoulder and I got sent somewhere else, and I had a kind of cool gig, but he was stuck kind of at the coalface, and he was really jealous. And I remember after lunch one day, he was like, he said to me, everybody knows you're smoking weed, everybody knows. I mean, look at your eyes and everything. You turn up late and look at the state of your eyes. Do you think we all don't know? And he just had this dig, and I remember he was standing right here, and I thought to myself, I was so angry. I have never been so offended in the history of my life. Seriously, never, ever, ever. And he was bigger than me. But I was thinking to myself, I'm going to do a low-level knee kick, then I'm going to demolish him upstairs. And I was so angry, but I never did. Instead, I walked out. That's right, I walked right out, right? That was the vibe. I had the manager of the Motorola joint phoning me the next day saying, what happened? And I was just like, forget it. I'm not even going to be around people who give me that accusation, This is how strongly I feel about that. And I know that this is a surprise to some of you folks, but what can I tell you? Don't judge a book by its cover, but really, avoid that shit, okay? You don't need to be some lethargic, cynical, paranoid idiot, right? Don't be a dope. Stay away from that stuff. I'll catch you later.